roof rack is on the roof, but I've encountered some problems. First off, as you can see, the middle bars are the same thickness as the outside bars, but they almost touch the roof. And here it's not a big problem, but the one in the middle I had to take out because it was touching the roof. So I'm probably going to replace the bars that go across with some smaller ones. Now it's the 40 size. I'm gonna reduce it to the 30 size so it can go over the roof. Then the second problem I've encountered when I go about something like 80 kilometers or 90, the front bar on the roof rack starts vibrating really heavily. So I've attached for now like a half of a PVC pipe. I cut it in half and I stick it with some tape on to see if it helps, and it did help. It like stopped vibrating so much, but now it's whistling. So I'm probably gonna make like a little ramp that goes here, so the wind can go over the roof rack. Or maybe something to cover this up so the wind goes along the roof rack and doesn't come here, because that's what's making the noise. The wind goes over here, comes back together, and here there's a lot of wind noise. So yeah, I have to experiment a little bit. That's to be expected if you make something yourself. I've done a lot of research on the internet, but I can't find any solutions. So I'm gonna have to do some trial and error and see how far we get. Yeah, it's a process. I mean, you can't expect everything to go super smoothly. You're gonna have some things that fail, things that don't work out. But I mean, it's the end result that counts. It's not how many times you fall, but it's how many times you get up that counts. So it sucks right now, but I mean, it's a process. We'll get through it, and I'm sure by the time this fan is ready, I will have all the kinks worked out. Yeah. So I've done some testing, and I've come to the conclusion when I add like a wind fairing to direct the wind over the roof rack, it doesn't make much noise. It doesn't actually make any noise at all. So I've been testing it with one of these old boards I had laying around, just some scrap wood. I drilled some holes in it, attached some brackets to my roof rack, and I've been driving on the highway and stuff to test it out, and I haven't been getting any noise. So I can drive 120 kilometers an hour without any problems. So now that my test is done, I'm making a really good piece of wood, and I'm gonna spray paint it black. So I have some wood that's meant for outside. It's more durable. So spray painting it wood. And I think by tomorrow everything should be dry, and I can attach it to the roof. Right now it's dark outside, so I can't really show the brackets, but they're just some regular I don't know what's it in English. It's like steel that doesn't rust. We call it inox. I don't know if it's the same. I bought those brackets because yeah, they don't rust obviously. I bend them a little bit, so I have like a slope, and just with 3 bolts I attach the woods to those brackets, and then I have a small custom wind fairing that isn't too expensive. The wood was for free because I had it laying around. The bolts were maybe €3 in total, the bolts, the washers and the nuts or something. It's not really that expensive, and it's a great solution. So tomorrow I will show you me. Tomorrow I will install the wind fairing, and I'll show you the finished results. And of course do another test ride to make sure the new one I made is also gonna work as good as because it's a little bit thinner, but I think it's gonna work perfect. So yeah, moral of the story, there's always a solution. Right, welcome back. So as I've told you, I was painting the wind fairing. Now the wind fairing is painted black. So here is a finished result. It's like a satin black, so it's like between a matte and a gloss. Now we have to attach it to the roof, and these are the brackets that I was talking about. So just some inox brackets. I bent them. This is going to be attached to the roof, the top part, and then the bottom part is going to be attached to the wind fairing. I have three of these, so one on here, one in the middle, one here, something like this. And then I'm gonna attach it with these bolts. Yeah, that's about it. There's nothing more to it. Yeah, let's bolt it together, I guess. I'm up here on the roof now, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to attach it to the roof bar. I've already installed some of these, I don't know what you call them, but they have like a little rectangle in the middle and you can slide them in. They don't slide really well, but they fit in there really nice. And I cut a piece of rubber just to protect it a little bit, protect the paint on the aluminium bar. So I have 3 of them. I will lay it on really nice, make sure all the holes nice, exactly like that. The next thing, to make sure these ends are exactly on the sides, something like that. These are nice, yes, perfect. So I'm gonna show it on the middle one. Water, and bolt it. I'm gonna do it for the rest. Now, to make it all perfect and have these little caps to put on top. Just like this. Looks like from the front. It's a nice uniform look. And it's also strong enough. It's not going anywhere. Now we just have to do the final test to see if the new one I made is as good as the scrap one that I had laying around, because this one is a little bit shorter. The one that I originally tested it with was like 2 centimeters longer, but I think it's gonna work just fine. So yeah, we now have a wind fairing. Now we just have to wait until my new roof bars arrive from between here. The smaller 30 by 30 millimeter ones, because as you can see over there, the 40 by 40 millimeters are touching my roof. So I need smaller ones, so I have a little bit more clearance between the roof and my roof rack. And then everything should be finished, because I bought more than I needed. I spent a little bit more money than I needed to, but I mean, if you make something new that's not used by a lot of people, like you can buy a new roof rack and maybe you're gonna spend 2,000 euros, 1,000 euros, and you know it's gonna be perfect. But if you experiment with new materials and if you make it your own, then you can't fuck up. And when you fuck up, it's important to keep going. So don't give up. Okay, you made a mistake. How are you going to fix that mistake? How are you going to recover from that? So, okay, I wasted maybe 100 euros or something, but I have a functioning roof rack that looks pretty cool and it's pretty strong. I mean, I'm blocking the van right now. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, I call it a success, even though it's not fully done yet. I'm happy with the result, and I think it's gonna last a long time. So yeah,